First off, I'm Allen Iverson for the Philadelphia 76ers from Georgetown, starting at the point guard. My backcourt mate is from UConn, Kevin Ollie. 3-man from Arizona, Andre Iguodala. Our 4-man is a 13-year vet, C. Webb, Chris Webber. And our 5-man is from DePaul, Stephen Hunter.
And this telecast is available on ABC HD and presented by the Dish Network. Allen Iverson ready to go to work. Defensive game. Iverson with a steal now, splits the D. Glides in. A transition hoop for number 3.
Got suspended for talking to a fan. He actually didn't talk to him. He said some ugly things to him.
And here's Iverson from the left baseline. Statistical rarity. 40-plus points and 10-plus assists. And Allen Iverson has done it in back-to-back games. Interestingly enough, he has done it since learning that he has not been included on the Olympic team. That was against the Rockets Wednesday night with the 40 and 10. Then on Friday night, he came back with this performance against the Wizards. From the perimeter, on the move, he did it every way imaginable. Leading the 76ers and driving defenders to the hardwood. The bench enjoyed that one. 47 and a dozen. Iguodala tries to get the break going. Got it into Iverson's hands. And there it is. There's your transition hoop. Iguodala on the move with Allen Iverson. Timeout. Let's take a look at this.
Momentum so critical. Allen Iverson on the run. Just looks at Stephen Jackson. The converging defenders throw it in their face. Philadelphia is starting to wake up.
Well, if you look at his stats, I'd be willing to bet that he's a much better scorer at night than he is early in the day. Okay. I don't know why I say that, folks.
I just expected to at least be invited to it. But, there's a flip side of that. Like I said, I get a chance to spend time with my wife and kids, so I won't be dedicated to that for 3 summers. And, it's an honor just to be considered for the whole thing. But it's just, something that's not meant to be.
Allen Iverson, always one of the league leaders in steals per game, plays the passing lanes as well as anyone in the history of basketball, which is why I believe as well he should be on the Olympic team. But 3 steals tonight have ignited a fast break offense that has gotten Philadelphia back into this game. Indiana has 7 turnovers that has led to 8 Philadelphia points off those turnovers, and that is a large reason why Indiana, with the great shooting advantage, plus 14% over Philadelphia, only has a 2-point lead. But Allen Iverson continued to get rest on the bench.
And another turnover. Bad inbounds pass. Ollie rolls through, tap. Fine follow by C-Webb.
You've talked about not being afraid of getting Detroit in the first round, feeling you match up well with them. Your thoughts on that?
You know what? I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. I totally respect what Detroit is doing.
I mean, this is a very smart guy here.
It's a big story. He is not making shots. Philadelphia is shooting 41% to 51%. So Webber and company.
Webber.
Continues to try to play small because Indiana is so balanced defensively all the time.
Player since he's been in the NBA, he's averaged over 40 minutes a game. He's just warming to the task clock.
Keeps it and dishes to Webber beautifully.
Respond to less contact than that.
Here comes Iverson, drains the 3-ball.
Or somebody needs to come up with a new storyline here, because Philadelphia is sluggish out of the locker room. That long-range bomb by Allen Iverson gets him a little bit of a spark here. But
And I think on that follow-through.
Now, Brent, you asked the question.
Tomorrow, Memphis at Denver. Coverage begins there at 9 p.m.
In terms of taking things away from Iverson, or example of that, the Phoenix Suns.
Here's a running opportunity, but everybody's got to get out of Allen's way.
Drains it.
What are you talking about? Get out of his way.
Get out of his way so he can have some room to move.
Nobody able to separate. The Pacers at one time had an 8-point lead. And now dialing it in is Korver. Notice he emphasized the word native. Iverson, and it rattles in.
No idea that Tiny Archibald and Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, Dallenberg. This is a different Samuel Dallenberg.
A nice layoff, and Samuel Dallenberg, he could have jumped over the Indiana Pacer that time, who ran out of his way.
I'm sitting next to a UCLA legend.
That would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Dallenberg again. How do you do?
Indiana's not doing is rolling with him. Harrison goes out and double teams, and that allows Dallenberg that throwdown.
They're 500.
Think about where they would be without him.
Think about
His 40-point games. I want you to take a look at this. And he's put together back-to-back. I mean, he beat the Pistons last night with one. I really honestly think Kobe Bryant is the MVP of the league right now.
so he'll win the scoring title, which is different than the MVP title.
This is going to come down to the last day of the season. That's when you'll vote.
Allen Iverson ties it.
How about this guy for MVP?
His last shot.
This guy has never played better basketball over a course of a season. What he's doing, his balance, his decision-making.
Today an 8 assists, and we asked Allen if this was his best season yet in the NBA.
It will all come down to how good we are as a team and how good of a season we have. If we have one of our best seasons, then probably it would be the best that I've played. But you know, I don't think it could be one of my best seasons if we don't get to the championship like we did when I was the MVP. So it'll take a real good team goal for me to be able to say that.
And 5:23 left here, folks, so we are entering money time. And Allen Iverson has been coming on strong in this game, Bill. Game at the 2:30 mark. For the lead, got it. Allen Iverson off one leg.
If you're going to be a good offensive player, you got to know what you're working for and how to make it happen. And Allen Iverson is all of that. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get all the way to the rim and hit that off-balance runner.
Taking over in the fourth quarter here, Bill.
Penetration and dish, setting up his teammates time and time again as Indiana committed to taking the ball out of Allen Iverson's hands. But when he's quick enough to get to the spot before the defense can get there first, his ability to hit the incredibly difficult runners fading away.
Weber looking for him, going to keep it, fires, and Indiana wins it 94-93. We had 4 lead changes in the last 2.5 minutes, 13 in the game. Steven Jackson struggling all day, missing the one at the end of the Boston game, wins this one as he turns the corner and drives against the 76ers, who had won 5 of 6